Morning everyone. It's Boxing Day and Wayne just got called to one of the dumps locally. So morning Wayne.
Hello.
And so we were about to go for a walk, so I'm going to go along with him and then hopefully it won't take him too long, but I've got my crochet in case, and if it takes too long, it's getting pretty hot, but if not we'll go for a quick walk before we come home. Hey, this looks like a fish with an eye. That leaf. What was that, Wayne?
Used to play in the creek when I was little.
Did you? When you were a wee lad?
Yes.
It's a bit overgrown now. Probably lots of snakes in there. How we survived childhood, Wayne, I don't know. Used to run around the bush barefoot. There's a bit of running water. I cut Wayne's hair yesterday. Looks like he's ready to join the army. Did you put paper boats down the water?
No, leaves.
Leaves. I remember making little leaf boats. That's a massive amount of bamboo. Holy cow. You can hear them clicking together. Oh, there goes a cockatoo. Noisy bugger. I think that's an elkhorn. It's either an elkhorn or a staghorn. I think it's an elkhorn. It's a nice healthy looking one.
Oh, there's a water dragon halfway up.
Is there? Where? Oh, I see him.
Oh, yeah.
He's running. I don't know if you can see him. He's just run up the... He's on the bulgy green bit. That's as close as I can get. He's just there. He sees his little head. There he is. Some nice palm trees. And we're almost back to the road. Off we go. Done our walk now. To go home and pack and possibly make Nan a shearer's cake for old home week when I get home tonight in Newcastle to see Nanny. So I've decided to, as something extra for Nan for Christmas, to make her shearer's cake that she always mentions the recipe of from 1935 when she worked as a housekeeper on a farm, Todd's farm out at Bogglebri. So I've just put 2 cups of sugar. We've got 1 cup of butter. There'll be 3 cups of self-raising flour and 4 eggs. So I'm just going to cream the butter and sugar, and then I'll add the dry ingredients. Pearl's hoping for some tasty morsel, but she's going to be sadly disappointed. So you can see now it's all pale and creamy. That means the butter has been creamed with the sugar. So now it's ready to add the dry ingredients. If you have springform tins and you want to put baking paper in, the easiest way I find, I don't know how anybody else does it, oops, there's a bit of cherry stick, is just rip off a piece of paper roughly a bit bigger than the tin bottom, pop it down, make sure it's over the top of the base, and then pop the springform bit over the top, and then I'm just going to stop and close up the spring. See, now it's nice and tight on the bottom, and all of the bottom is completely covered with the baking paper. And now I'm just going to rip off the edges so it's not all over the top. And then I will cut a long strip and use that to put round the edge. So I cut the paper, and to get it to stick to the side so it doesn't fall in, you just give it a light spray with some spray oil, or give it a rub with some margarine or butter. And then I just gave it a spray on the bottom for good measure. And as it's a big cake recipe apparently, just for good measure, I've made the sides quite high just in case it goes up above the side of the cake tin. This is a bigger than normal cake tin. I think it's more than 20 centimetres. It's probably about 30 centimetres in diameter. So now that's ready for the mixture. And by the way, I also never use butter. I just use margarine. I have done all my life. That's what Mum's always cooked with. Mainly because in Australia butter has to go in the fridge because it's too hot, and therefore it's too bloomin' hard to use, so we just use margarine. I almost forgot, I need to put the eggs in first. So 4 eggs go in here, and I'll mix them in, and then I'll add the flour, and then if it needs it, a dash of milk and a dash of vanilla. I've added the vanilla, and now just already mixed in 1 cup of flour, but I've just added 2 in there. And pro tip from my I've just gone blank. I'll tell you later when I remember. There we go. Now just put it in the cake tin and get it in the oven, 160 degrees in a fan forced oven, degrees Celsius. And I'll just see how it goes, maybe check it at 40 minutes, 60 minutes, and see how it goes, because it hasn't been made since 1935.
all five of them could absolutely take the win. It depends how much reaching is. Comanche's design, you know, she loves those big reaching conditions where the wind's coming over the side of the boat. The more of that she can get, the faster she'll go.
There's a massive queue to the DFO outlet near the airport. I'm glad we're not going shopping. Oh, poor suckers. I'd rather just buy it online. Or wait till it's full price again. We're just on the way to the airport, so I can get my flight to Newcastle. I've got my shearer's cake that I made for Nan. That's her recipe out of the Country Women's Association cookbook from 1935. And I've iced it, and I'm taking it to Newcastle with me.